Many people believe that wealth is simply earned, as if hard work alone guarantees lifelong fortune. History, however, tells a different story. While countless families accumulate millions or even billions, most lose it within a generation or two. Studies show that approximately 70% of wealthy families lose their fortune by the second generation, and nearly 90% by the third. Only a select few manage to preserve wealth for decades, sometimes centuries, passing it safely from parents to children and grandchildren. So, what separates families that maintain wealth from those that see it vanish? The answer isn't luck. It's strategy, discipline, and foresight. Families that keep wealth understand that money is fragile. It requires constant attention, protection, and smart management. They don't rely solely on income. They focus on preservation, growth, and the careful transfer of wealth to future generations. In this video, we'll explore the proven strategies that the richest families use to sustain and grow their fortunes. From trusts and legal structures to investment diversification and financial education, these techniques ensure that wealth is more than just inherited. It's managed intelligently and preserved responsibly. You'll see that wealth isn't just about money. It's about systems, mindset, and intergenerational discipline. We'll examine families like the Rockefellers, who built dynasties lasting over a century, and modern billionaires like the Waltons, who have combined smart legal structuring with careful education of heirs. By the end, you'll understand how multi-generational wealth avoids common pitfalls: overspending, risky investments, poor inheritance planning, and internal conflicts. This is more than a story about money. It's a story about legacy, planning, and creating a fortune that endures for generations. One of the most important reasons wealthy families maintain fortune across generations is education from childhood. Unlike families who simply pass down money without guidance, successful dynasties actively teach their children the principles of financial responsibility, investment, and wealth preservation. From an early age, children learn the value of money, the difference between assets and liabilities, and the importance of budgeting. They are taught to understand tax implications, the benefits of diversification, risk management, and the dangers of lifestyle inflation. These lessons are reinforced through both conversation and practice. Children see firsthand how money works, not just as a tool for consumption but as a mechanism for growth and stability. Many wealthy families go further, providing hands-on experience. Children may manage small investment portfolios, participate in family businesses, or be involved in philanthropic initiatives. Some are given controlled responsibility for certain financial decisions, learning the consequences of success and failure in a safe environment. They are mentored to think like investors, entrepreneurs, and stewards of the family fortune. This approach instills financial intelligence, a skill that money alone cannot provide. By the time heirs inherit, they have the mindset and knowledge to manage, protect, and grow the wealth rather than squander it. The lesson is clear. Financial literacy is the backbone of multi-generational wealth. Families that teach these skills early ensure that money survives beyond the first generation and becomes a tool for continued prosperity rather than a fleeting advantage. Another cornerstone of multi-generational wealth is legal and financial structuring. Simply having money in a bank account or personal property is not enough. Wealth must be protected from external threats and internal mismanagement. This is where trusts, LLCs, and corporations become essential tools for wealthy families. Trusts allow families to control how wealth is distributed. They can include conditions, such as requiring heirs to complete education or maintain employment, and can shield assets from poor decisions or reckless spending. Trusts also offer protection against lawsuits, creditors, and divorce settlements, ensuring that family wealth remains intact. LLCs and corporations serve a similar purpose for businesses, real estate holdings, or investment portfolios. By separating personal wealth from business assets, families reduce exposure to risk, limit liability, and create clear legal boundaries. This separation ensures that a single mistake or lawsuit cannot threaten the entire fortune. Legal structures also provide tax advantages, allowing wealth to grow without being eroded by estate taxes, capital gains, or unnecessary fees. They allow families to plan for the long term, ensuring that the core assets can survive through generations without major losses. The lesson is simple but crucial. Wealth is fragile unless it is carefully structured, legally safeguarded, and protected from both internal and external risks. Without these systems in place, even the largest fortunes can disappear quickly due to mismanagement, disputes, or unforeseen circumstances. Multi-generational wealth isn't just about earning. It's about building frameworks that preserve, protect, and multiply money across generations. One of the most critical strategies for preserving wealth across generations is diversification. The wealthiest families know that putting all their resources into a single business, stock, or real estate venture is a recipe for disaster. Markets fluctuate, industries evolve, and economic crises strike unexpectedly. Concentrated wealth is fragile. Diversified wealth is resilient. Ultra-wealthy families spread their assets across multiple classes: stocks, bonds, real estate, private businesses, commodities, art, and even alternative investments like technology startups or venture capital. By doing so, they minimize the risk that a single failure will jeopardize the family fortune. For example, a slump in real estate markets may have little impact if a portion of wealth is invested in equities or technology ventures. Diversification smooths volatility while creating long-term growth potential. Geographical diversification is also crucial. Many multi-generational families own property, businesses, or investments in multiple countries. This spreads risk across different economies and political systems, reducing exposure to local recessions, regulatory changes, or social unrest. Even during global crises, families with a well-diversified portfolio can maintain stability and continuity. Another advantage of diversification is adaptability. As markets evolve and new opportunities emerge, diversified families can reallocate resources, seize growth opportunities, and protect against losses. It's not about avoiding risk entirely, it's about strategically managing it. The key takeaway: diversified wealth is resilient wealth. It survives market shocks, economic downturns, and generational challenges. By spreading risk across asset types, industries, and geographies, families ensure that fortune endures, sustaining luxurious lifestyles while leaving a stable foundation for future heirs. Philanthropy is often thought of as a moral or social responsibility, but for wealthy families, it is also a strategic tool for preserving wealth. Charitable giving serves multiple purposes: reducing taxable income, enhancing social influence, and building a legacy that reflects family values. Many families establish foundations, charitable trusts, and scholarship funds to support causes they care about. Beyond the social impact, these structures are legally advantageous. They allow wealth to grow while reducing liabilities and tax exposure. Philanthropy becomes a vehicle for purpose-driven financial planning, ensuring that money is spent wisely, even across generations. Strategic giving also plays a behavioral role. By teaching heirs to contribute responsibly, families instill a sense of stewardship, empathy, and purpose. Children learn that money carries responsibility, not just privilege, helping to prevent reckless spending or entitlement. In this way, philanthropy reinforces financial discipline and moral accountability, two critical pillars of multi-generational wealth. Moreover, charitable vehicles like foundations or donor-advised funds can be structured to preserve assets while generating long-term impact. Even after decades, these mechanisms can continue to grow wealth, fund initiatives, and maintain the family's social and financial standing. The lesson is clear: giving strategically strengthens both wealth and legacy. Families that integrate philanthropy into their wealth strategy not only maintain financial strength, but also build a sense of purpose, influence, and continuity that transcends money. This level of governance prevents impulsive spending, poor investment choices, and internal conflict, common reasons wealth is lost across generations. Regular oversight, transparent reporting, and data-driven decision-making replace guesswork and emotion. Education programs within family offices teach heirs about investments, business operations, and the responsibilities of stewardship. This ensures that the next generation is prepared to make informed decisions, rather than relying on inherited privilege or luck. The takeaway is simple but critical: wealth must be treated like a business. Families that professionalize decision-making, leverage expert guidance, and implement governance systems dramatically increase the likelihood that fortune will survive multiple generations. Expertise, accountability, and structure turn inherited money into enduring prosperity. Handing over an entire fortune at once can be dangerous, even for capable heirs. Many wealthy families use phased inheritance to gradually transfer wealth, often with conditions attached. This approach ensures that heirs learn responsibility, decision-making, and the true value of money before gaining full control. Phased inheritance often involves trusts, milestone-based distributions, or incentive programs. For example, heirs may receive portions of wealth only after completing education, achieving career milestones, or demonstrating financial prudence. This method teaches practical money management, discourages impulsive spending, and encourages the development of entrepreneurial or investment skills. Phased distribution also protects assets from unexpected events, such as divorce settlements, poor investments, or sudden market changes. By controlling access to funds, families reduce the risk of reckless behavior that could deplete the fortune in one generation. It also allows time to mentor heirs, preparing them to handle significant wealth responsibly. The lesson: wealth transfer should be strategic, not automatic. Gradual inheritance combined with education ensures that heirs are equipped to preserve and grow the fortune, rather than squander it. Multi-generational wealth isn't just about what is inherited. It's about how the next generation is prepared to manage and sustain it. While financial literacy is essential, knowledge alone is not enough to preserve wealth across generations. Many fortunes are lost not because heirs lack money skills, but because they lack values, discipline, and a strong work ethic. The families that remain wealthy for generations focus on cultivating character as much as financial intelligence. In these families, children are taught from a young age that money is a tool, not a right. They learn the importance of earning, investing, and contributing before accessing inherited wealth. Some families require heirs to work in family businesses, run small ventures, or manage investment portfolios early in life. Others encourage internships, mentorship programs, or participation in entrepreneurial projects. This practical experience builds resilience, responsibility, and accountability, teaching heirs that wealth is earned and preserved through effort and wisdom. Teaching values also means instilling patience, discipline, and stewardship. Young heirs are encouraged to resist impulsive spending, understand the long-term impact of decisions, and respect family assets. They learn that extravagance, entitlement, and neglect are among the primary reasons fortunes vanish within a single generation. Ultimately, families that combine financial knowledge with character development create heirs who are capable, responsible, and motivated. Money becomes a tool to achieve purpose, build legacy, and create opportunities rather than a source of conflict or complacency. The lesson is clear. Lasting wealth depends on raising heirs who understand the value of money, the responsibilities it carries, and the character needed to manage it. Wealth without values is fragile. Values without financial literacy are incomplete. Together, they form the foundation of multi-generational prosperity. Even when finances are expertly managed, family dynamics can destroy fortunes. Disputes between siblings, divorce settlements, misunderstandings, or entitlement-driven behavior are major threats to inherited wealth. According to studies, a significant percentage of family businesses fail within the second or third generation, not because of poor investments, but because of internal conflict. Wealthy families proactively address these risks. They establish clear governance rules, inheritance guidelines, and decision-making protocols. Legal frameworks, family councils, and structured boards prevent ambiguity, ensuring that disputes are minimized and that wealth is managed collectively and transparently. Clear communication is emphasized. Everyone understands expectations, responsibilities, and the consequences of mismanagement. Controlling entitlement is equally important. Heirs are taught that wealth is earned and maintained, not merely a birthright. Financial literacy is paired with lessons about respect, responsibility, and stewardship. Young family members learn the impact of reckless spending and the importance of collaborative decision-making, preserving both wealth and relationships. Some families even use mentorship programs, financial training, and phased inheritance to reduce friction. By embedding these cultural norms and governance structures, multi-generational wealth can withstand interpersonal challenges. The key takeaway: preserving wealth is as much about managing human behavior as it is about managing money. Families that carefully navigate relationships, set clear expectations, and minimize entitlement are far more likely to see their fortunes endure for generations. Wealth and harmony go hand in hand. So, how do some families stay wealthy for multiple generations while others lose it within a single lifetime? The answer is a comprehensive approach that combines strategy, discipline, and long-term planning. Key principles include: 1. Financial education from a young age, teaching children to understand, earn, and manage money. 2. Legal and asset protection trusts, LLCs and corporations safeguard wealth from external and internal risks. 3. Diversification, spreading assets across industries, geographies, and asset classes to reduce risk. 4. Philanthropy and strategic giving, creating purpose, tax efficiency, and a culture of stewardship. 5. Professional advisors and governance, family offices, boards, and experts ensure informed, disciplined decision-making. 6. Phased inheritance and controlled distribution, gradually transferring wealth while teaching responsibility. 7. Values, discipline, and work ethic, instilling character and accountability alongside financial knowledge. 8. Avoiding conflict and entitlement, managing family dynamics, expectations, and relationships proactively. Multi-generational wealth isn't about luck, inheritance, or simply earning money. It's about systems, mindset, and culture. Families that follow these principles create more than wealth. They build enduring legacies, stability, influence, and purpose for generations to come. The lesson is clear: wealth must be managed, protected, and cultivated carefully. Money alone does not guarantee security or continuity, but a combination of financial literacy, legal structures, diversified investments, values, and family governance ensures that fortune persists far beyond a single lifetime. If you found these insights valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Multi-generational wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a lasting legacy. Which of these strategies do you think is the most important for preserving wealth? Comment below, we'd love to hear your thoughts.